What if the way your brain reacts in ordinary moments quietly exposes your true personality more accurately than anything you say about yourself? Every human brain runs hidden evaluation systems that constantly judge safety, identity, and meaning, shaping reactions before conscious thought even begins. When your mind encounters uncertainty, it instantly chooses between curiosity and control, and that choice reveals whether your identity is built on exploration or protection. The brain's primary mission is not happiness but survival, and many behaviors people label as personality are actually defense strategies refined through experience. Some individuals process new information as opportunity, while others process it as threat, and this invisible distinction determines how quickly their lives change. Emotional reactions are neurological predictions based on past patterns rather than direct responses to reality. If your brain frequently predicts negative outcomes, it is not pessimism but pattern recognition, shaped by prior emotional learning. The human mind values consistency more than accuracy, which explains why many people protect beliefs even when evidence contradicts them. Cognitive dissonance is not discomfort alone, but a neural alarm signaling conflict between identity and information. To protect identity stability, the brain often edits perception rather than update self-image. People who resist feedback are not rejecting information but defending psychological coherence. Your attention system reveals your priorities because the brain invests energy only in what it considers meaningful for survival or identity maintenance. When discomfort appears, the brain can interpret it as danger or development, and that interpretation shapes neural adaptation. Growth occurs when the mind tolerates temporary instability long enough to construct new mental frameworks. Avoidance feels safe because the brain reduces uncertainty by narrowing experience. Curiosity feels risky because it expands unpredictability, yet it is the primary driver of cognitive evolution. The emotional intensity of a memory does not reflect its importance, but the level of perceived threat during encoding. Your sense of self is not fixed but continuously reconstructed through neural reinforcement loops. Habits exist because repeated behaviors reduce energy consumption for the brain. Confidence is often a prediction of familiarity rather than an accurate assessment of ability. The brain rewards certainty with dopamine, even when certainty is incorrect. People seek validation because social approval historically increased survival probability. Fear of judgment is a neural echo of ancestral dependence on group belonging. Overthinking emerges when predictive systems detect insufficient control over future outcomes. Mental simulation allows the brain to rehearse scenarios without physical risk. However, excessive simulation traps the mind in hypothetical threats. Decision fatigue occurs when the brain's energy allocation system becomes overloaded by unresolved evaluations. Emotional regulation is not suppression but recalibration of predictive responses. Self-awareness arises when the brain observes its own processing rather than reacting automatically. Identity feels stable because the brain prefers continuity over change. Yet neuroplasticity proves that stability is an illusion maintained through repetition. When individuals reinterpret failure as data, neural networks reorganize to support adaptation. When individuals interpret failure as identity, neural rigidity increases. Motivation is strongest when meaning aligns with perceived personal narrative. The brain protects narrative coherence even at the cost of growth. Your reaction to uncertainty is one of the most reliable indicators of personality structure. Risk-seeking brains prioritize reward probability, while risk-averse brains prioritize loss avoidance. Attention, emotion, and memory operate as an integrated prediction system. Learning occurs when prediction errors are tolerated rather than denied. Some minds chase novelty to stimulate reward pathways. Others cling to routine to minimize cognitive load. Neither pattern is inherently superior, but awareness determines flexibility. The human brain continuously negotiates between stability and transformation. Your perception of control influences emotional intensity more than external events. Hope is a neurological projection of possible improvement. Regret is the brain's attempt to rewrite predictive models using past data. Shame functions as a signal of threatened social identity. Curiosity functions as an expansion signal for knowledge acquisition. Your personality is not what you claim, but what your brain repeatedly prioritizes. The mind becomes what it practices. Change begins when observation replaces automatic reaction. Understanding your brain is the first step toward directing it. The patterns that once protected you may now be limiting you. Awareness converts unconscious behavior into conscious choice. The question is not whether your brain reveals who you are, but whether you are willing to see what it reveals. Enjoyed the story? Make sure to like, subscribe, and visit Just Fact for more chilling mysteries.